That's for not squeezing. Look right here. See that turn? See the veins right there making that turn? All right, we're looking at the same one, but this is on top of the foot. Very same setup, top of the foot. So this is the dorsal venous arch of the foot. Now keep in mind, squeeze. When I do this, it makes his veins pop up. Okay? So there's the dorsal venous arch of the foot. When I do the dorsal venous arch of the foot, here's this one right here coming up and going into the popliteal. This is the small saphenous going along the outside. Then on the inside, I've got this one that comes from the foot all the way up to the external iliac. This is the great saphenous. If I do this, this is my anterior tibial, this is my posterior tibial, and this is the fibular.
Where's the fibular?
That little wire's been cut. Comes up, drains into the popliteal, and then we go up into the femoral. Femoral comes up, now I'm in the external iliac. Here's the common iliac, and then I go into the inferior vena cava. Remember, common means it's going to split. If we look right back here, this little bitty piece right here, that little bitty piece right there, the blue on each side, is the common iliac. This is the internal iliac here, and here, this is the external iliac. If we look here, this is the external iliac veins, and these are the external iliac arteries. Then we're going to go, grab me a chair, please. So we did the leg. Now I'm going to go to the abdomen. When I do the abdomen, remember we used the spleen to find the celiac trunk? I'm going to use the spleen and I'm going to come midline. And the first blue one that I run into is my inferior mesenteric. I continue across, and the next blue one I run into is my superior mesenteric.
Excuse me, Brad.
Go to the spleen. There's my splenic. Right there is my inferior mesenteric.
The top one or the bottom?
The blue one. This one right here.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm on the splenic. See it?
Okay, that's the splenic.
Inferior mesenteric. Right there is my superior mesenteric. This blue one right here coming up.
That one?
And then I have that blue one going right up into the liver, coming right off of here.
Okay.
It's coming in the front door. That's the hepatic portal vein.
Okay, hepatic portal.
Everybody got it?
All right, cool.
Just follow the splenic across. You run into the inferior mesenteric, then the superior mesenteric, and it goes up in the front door of the liver, hepatic portal. The hepatic vein is right there. There.
Doesn't work.
Stay there.
Okay.
Right there. There's the hepatic vein. Hepatic portal goes in the front door. Portal in the front door of the
Wait,
liver.
Is
Little
this?
bitty one right there, number 45.
Oh, the sticker's coming.
All right.
45. Oh.
Right there.
Oh, okay, it's covered up by the sticker.
All right, now look. So we did the hepatic portal, we did the superior and inferior mesenteric. Here's the one going to the right kidney. This is the right renal vein. And this is the left renal vein. Again, be careful. This is a gotcha. I got the little bitty blue one over here. This is my right renal vein. Look at the left renal vein. This is my right gonadal. My left gonadal goes into the left renal. Look here. There's my right gonadal. See it going into the inferior vena cava? This is my left gonadal going into the left renal. That's a gotcha. Because all the other gonadals are either coming off the abdominal aorta, if they're arteries, or going into the inferior vena cava, the right one. Left one comes into the left renal. That's a gotcha, people. Okay? So that pretty much does what we need to know in the abdomen. So now I'm going to look around the back. This is a special venous system that we don't have with the arteries. If I come down here, this is my common iliac. See this one coming out of the common iliac and going up? This is my right ascending lumbar. And once I pass the kidneys, it becomes the azygos all the way up to the superior vena cava.
Can you spell that azygos?
Azygos. So I came out of the right common iliac, went up the right ascending lumbar past the kidney. Now I'm in the azygos vein. If I come over to the left, coming out of the left common iliac, and I'm coming up the left ascending lumbar, I pass the kidneys. It goes up. Do you see it come up and cross over? That's the hemiazygos. And this little bitty blue one continuing on up right there is the accessory hemiazygos. Okay? So I have on the right ascending lumbar past the kidney, I've got the azygos. Left common iliac, left ascending lumbar comes up and crosses over, hemiazygos. And this blue one going straight up is the accessory hemiazygos. So now we do the ones in the hand. These are the digitals. Notice, oops, I took my stick. I've got 2 in the back, 3 in the front, standing in anatomical position. What was this one? Dorsal venous arch of the hand. It's in the back. Okay? So when I look at the dorsal venous arch of the hand, it's right here.
That little skinny one?
Uh-huh. All of this is the dorsal venous arch of the hand. These are the digitals. Anatomical position. See this one right here? That's the radial vein. And this one right here is the ulnar vein. But then they're going to come up and they're going to drain into the brachial vein. Got it? Now watch. See this one on the outside coming all the way up? That's a cephalic vein because it's going up toward the head. This one on the inside coming up over here is the basilic vein.
The what?
Basilic. The one in the middle going straight up is the medial antebrachial, A-N-T-E, median antebrachial, meaning before, we call this the forearm in layman's terms. So this is saying the middle forearm vein. It's the middle antebrachial because it's before the brachial. Okay? Comes up. Can you see this V right here? That's the median cubital vein. When Noah was told by God to make the ark, he had to make it so many cubits by so many cubits. From here to the elbow is 1 cubit. So if you have to build an ark, get some big tall guy with long arms.
Can you point it out again?
The
The cute.
median cubital?
Yes.
That V right there. Now, here,
Which one?
both of them. In actuality,
So it's the area.
the one going to the cephalic we call the cephalic. The one going to the basilic we call the cubital. But at St. Philip's, to make it easier, they just call them both the median cubital. Okay? Median antecubital. Follow the cephalic all the way up. Right here is the axillary vein. Now I'm in the subclavian and I run into this one right here. This little skinny blue one, this first little skinny blue one right here is the external jugular. If I follow it up, I can see that the external jugular drains the occipital vein. Continue across, this blue one is running right against this red one. That's the vertebral vein. It happens to be the right vertebral vein. I don't have the left. He had surgery, it's gone. Follow it across, and now I'm on this blue one. This is the internal jugular. It drains.
To the floor.
It drains the facial and the temporal. So essentially, people, we have done all of the veins. Keep in mind that if I have a femoral artery, I've got a femoral vein. Have a popliteal artery, I've got a popliteal vein. All we're adding, when I go to the foot, I'm adding the dorsal venous arch of the foot, the great saphenous and the small saphenous. I'm adding the azygos system. Right and left ascending lumbar, the azygos, the hemiazygos, and the accessory. The hand is where all the extra stuff comes in. Because I've got the dorsal venous arch of the hand, and then I have the cephalic, the basilic, and the median cubital, and the median antebrachial. And then we have the jugulars. Come across, first thing I run into is the external jugular. That drains the occipital. Then I hit the vertebral. Then I hit the internal jugular, drains the facial and the superficial temporal. Okay? If we look at this one, you can see the right and left renal. You can see the right and left gonadal. This is the inferior vena cava, and these are the common iliacs. Right? Don't forget when we do arteries. Celiac trunk, superior mesenteric, right and left renal, right and left gonadal, and the inferior mesenteric. Okay? We need to spend time working on this. You have a test Friday over all of this for ease. When I do the ones coming off the aorta, I'm going to do them right here. When I do the ones coming off draining into the inferior vena cava, I'm going to do them right here. Okay? All right. So try not to drop him. He's very fragile.
So Friday.